Hey, this is Aubrey Goff, and today I'm going to be talking about your first classroom. As we graduate and we begin teaching, our classroom is not going to be the same as the classroom that we remember when we were in school because the world is always changing. And actually, we're going to start out by talking about a book by Daniel Pink titled A Whole New Mind: Why Right-Brainers Will Rule the Future. And in this book, he describes major changes that he believes will reshape America in the years ahead and that could dramatically affect our schools. Some of the things that he suggests that we should focus less on are the skills that we once thought were so important, such as logic, math, science, technology, which I personally still believe are important, but he suggests maybe they're not as important as we thought. And he believes that we should start focusing more on the right brain skills, which would include intuition, being creative, appreciating our emotions, developing artistic talents, and looking beyond materialism to find meaning in our lives. Interesting. Okay. Now we're going to look at two different views of how we see American schools today, or America's schools today. Neither one of these are necessarily right or wrong, but you be the judge. Do you believe that America's schools have failed us because of our international test scores showing that, even though we're the richest, most powerful nation in the world, that our students do so poorly on these tests and that we're beat out by countries like Finland, Korea, and Japan? Okay. You could look at our dropout rates or our behavior of the students in the schools. Our dropout rates have risen. It is not uncommon. I would say it is very common to have a police officer at most middle schools and high schools because of the way that the students behaved. Another way they suggest possibly that American schools have failed society is that America does not produce enough scientists, engineers, that our workers lack these basic skills, that we don't have mathematicians, and that our companies are now forced to provide remedial instruction to our ill-prepared workers. Okay? And also they suggest that schools have become a monopoly and that the power of teacher unions and the school bureaucracies have robbed school of the initiative of creativity, and that competition through vouchers and charter schools is the answers. Okay, once again, none of these are right or wrong. These could be your opinion. You have to decide which one you agree with. Okay, on the other hand, let's look at how American schools have served us well. Once again, international test scores miss the point, but Americans value individuality and creativity, characteristics absent from these tests. So lower scores are due to the high number of the American poor taking these tests and the poor treatment of our teacher. So they're saying, hey, both of those things are society's failure, that we have these poor Americans and that our teachers aren't treated right. Okay? While we say that, our dropout rate has risen, look at our success rate. Our special education students are doing better and achieving more. The non-English speakers and the poor students, their graduation rates are up. And actually, believe it or not, incidences of violence have actually been reduced, which I find that hard to believe as well, but that's great. While on one hand, it says workers lack basic skills, here they say workers are among the best in the world. Hey, this is America. And a lot of people are unaware of the fact that our colleges produce a very high number of engineers and scientists, and our workers are among the most educated and skilled in the world. America is an economic superpower because of our worker productivity. So, and last, they represent the democratic ideal. While Jefferson and Mann were right, the nation's future rests on public schools. Vouchers and privatization take money from already underfunded public schools, and hurt-free democratic education. So that is for you to be the judge, which one you agree with. It's just a matter of opinion. In closing, I wanted to first share a quote from Albert Einstein: "The intuitive mind is a sacred gift, and the rational mind is a servant." So why do schools honor the rational mind, the rational thinking mind, and ignore the sacred gift? As Pink was talking about, let's help people develop and honor their intuition and other right brain activities. Okay? And another quote in closing: "Imagination is more important than knowledge." So although it is challenging to imagine how some of Pink's ideas would look in your classroom, it is useful to begin visualizing this, because undoubtedly the future will change, and there's going to be things in your classroom that you will never imagine. So I think the key here is to have open-mindedness and to be able to adapt well to changes, and maybe slowly start to work some of these things in that Pink was talking about and see how it works with your students. So thank you.